Hi guys, Red5 here again. I was walking around my local Tesco's because they have been doing a bit of a fire sale on all their Transformers this week, and I did whatever any self-respecting Transformers man would do and ran around like a little schoolgirl giggling and trying to figure out which bots I wanted to buy. So I picked up 3, and then the Tesco's that I normally go to is right next door to a Toys R Us. So I went in there as well and had a quick look round. I was looking for an Optimus Prime, but I stumbled across this, and you'll see why I picked this up instead of an Optimus, and that is him. This is the absolutely enormous Transformers Dark of the Moon Mech Tech Weapon System Sentinel Prime. And I've had to move the camera right back just to get the box in view, because he is by far and away the biggest Transformer I own, I think, bar maybe a kind of Devastator Combiner Fisher-Price type Transformer I've got. So as soon as I saw the box, it had to be mine. So there he is, Sentinel Prime. Funnily enough, I was watching the movie again the other day, and I wondered whether or not Sentinel Prime's head is similar to the voice of Leonard Nimoy, or Mr. Spock. The Star Trek fans out there will know what I'm talking about, because he does the voice of Sentinel Prime in the movie. And he's a bit of a funny character because he is an Autobot, but he's sort of decided that he's going to move over to work with the Decepticons in order to get Cybertron the resources that it needs in order to reuse it as a planet. Anyway, I'm waffling on. What I should really be doing is getting this bad boy box open and show you what he looks like in the flesh. Okay, there he is, after spending about 10 minutes wrestling him out of the box. More string and that rubber plastic sort of stretchy tape stuff than I've ever seen in my life, but I did manage to get him out, and this is what he looks like. So he's pretty awesome. He's way heavy on the back, and that's mainly because he's got this massive thing. Is he a fire engine? He's kind of a commercial truck, isn't he? Sat on his back, which makes him want to topple over all the time. There are some ratchet joints, as you can hear, which is always good. It's got loads of movement on the foot, on the knees, good joints on the knees, good hip movements, and on the elbows, nice. Wrists, got cool hands that open up so you can lock his shield and his sword into place, which is really cool. Like that. Although the sword, the shield rather, does seem to wobble about a little bit, but who cares? It's a massive Transformer, and yeah, I like the head. I love the way that the doors become part of the chest plate. I know the bigger figures, the Optimus Prime figures, do the same sort of thing. I think it looks really cool. And he's got some weight to him as well. I mean, that's pounds of plastic there. He's a good size. He does have a gimmick. The old sirens on top there, which, you know, fair enough. He's an added bonus. I'm not sure. I think he talks as well, but I don't know whether the batteries. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so that sounds absolutely nothing like Spock. Go on, talk. Alright, okay, thanks for that. It did say it on your box though, mate. Yeah, so there we go. So that's him in bot mode. Pretty amazing, apart from this thing, which sort of just dangles at the back. I suppose you can have the sides of the vehicle up slightly more, however you fancy to pose him. But even with all that extra stuff on the back, he does stand up tall, and like I said, a bit of a wobble on the shield, but we can live with that because he's a massive bot. sure what class of bot this is. I'm sure the Transformer guys out there will know exactly what he is. He's just big, but it says advanced level 3 for his transformation, so I could be here a while turning him into his alt mode, which I will do right now. So there's Sentinel Prime in his bot mode, and it took me literally days to get him into this state and to actually do the video, mainly because I was really struggling with a couple of tabs that run across here that lock in the roof part, and it just was not happening at all. Anyway, I struggled on for the YouTube viewers out there that watch these reviews, and that's what he looks like, and he's friggin' awesome. Love it. He's got to be going on for a kilo of weight, that. So he is absolutely worth every penny. The transformation is quite complicated. I mean, it does kind of say it's advanced, and my goodness, it is. And it took me off and on at least a couple of hours to get it, and maybe I was just being a bit thick, but I just couldn't get these tabs to sit properly, and there was even a little bit of metal up here that I kind of had to file down a bit just to make the roof sit properly. So I had to do a bit of remedial work to it, but I did manage, I did persevere, and that's what he looks like. A friggin' awesome looking serious fire engine. Let's go with the gadget. The hose moves. These are cool, little sort of rubberized wing mirrors. His shield locks in underneath, which is a nice touch, and his sword is tucked underneath in the there's a spot just underneath this cover here. There is an attack mode, and I think if you pop these bits out the side, you should be able to reveal, and this is, I've been dreading this bit because it took me so long to get them together that I wasn't even going to do it. Anyway, be brave, that's it. So crack that open. He's got two little sort of gun ports here, there, and one on the other side. Like that. And you then clip the bottom part of the fire engine back together like that. Then you take his shield off, and you take his sword out from underneath there, and hope that you can clip it back together. Come on, be nice. Be nice to me. Like that. Then this sword has two tabs on the top of the shield that locate it onto there. I think it's that way around, like that. And then the shield itself has got an expansion button here. You press that, and the whole lot should fly open like so. Makes sort of shielded wing thing. And then there are two tabs. I can't remember what you do with this hose. Let's fold it back for the minute. Two tabs that all sits on, and there we go. We get a different gadget mode. Bit of movement on the front gun. Yeah, it's all right. So yeah, so that's attack mode. After all that intrepidation about actually dismantling the back, and it doesn't quite work for me at the back. Leaving everything a bit exposed, the feet and the top part, but I like this. I like the main weapon. I think that looks great. Bit wobbly, but I love the fact that it's now got different different sounds. That's cool. But I just love the whole vehicle mode anyway. I think he looks brilliant. I think I much prefer him in vehicle mode than bot mode, and I think I'm going to keep him in vehicle mode on my display. But we'll see whether or not he actually fits in. Otherwise, we'll put him in bot mode. So there we go. So that was my extended Sentinel Prime, unintentionally, because he was a pig. He really was a pig, and I almost gave up on him, but it just took me a long time to figure out the fairly woeful instructions, and to actually do a bit of tinkering to get it all to fit nicely anyway. But he was worth it because he's a quality looking machine. Rolls nicely, no visible head, or I have to say that the head is just in there, so it's kind of hiding. So I suppose it doesn't get much more visible unless they stuck it on the top and give him a big cheesy smile. But I can forgive him for that. I suppose the only gripe I have got with the back is the feet. The way the feet tuck in, it's very difficult to figure that out in the instructions. And I don't know whether or not it works that well, because it kind of puts a lot of pressure on the whole of the back area. But I mean, that is a minor quibble, and it's me just trying to pick fault with what is otherwise a beautiful transformer. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gives you food for thought whether or not you go out and buy him, and I certainly like him, and he'll be a valued addition to my Transformer collection. So rate, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!